it looked like a man. It looked like a man, kind of not completely see-through, but maybe not quite so solid. I saw it with my eyes, and I had thought that it was somebody that came with us. Like it was me, my husband, and a friend of his. Well, he sat down behind this one tombstone. He was in front of a little girl's grave and was going to try to do an EVP session. I thought it was him. I was across the ways, the other side of the cemetery, and I thought it was him coming towards us at first. And then, like 60 seconds later, I see him actually get up and come walking. So I'm like, oh.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That would have been my reaction, too. You know, I hate it. I hate it when I get taken by surprise.
Yeah. I mean, even though this is what we do, there still are circumstances or times where you still get startled,
I do know. And I hate it especially when it's a place that I feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're so not looking for it.
Exactly.
And I swear they know when you're complacent. Because they will come up and they'll blow in your ear or they'll whisper to you. And sometimes they do other things, like a poke or a prod. It's just like, what? Why are you trying to startle me? And that's all it is that if you're someplace that you're comfortable and they know you, they're doing it just to yank your chain. I think.
Yeah.
But your ghosts don't do that.
Well, they do come up and talk to you right in your ear. They do that. Felix has been startled a couple times.
Well, yeah.
Felix from Ghost Hunt Weekends, he says, oh my gosh, I just hate when they do that.
I do too. But I've only had that happen. I had that happen to me. Well, actually, it was the first time that I had such a completely perfect disembodied voice. I was walking into the conference room at the Thomas House there in Red Boiling Springs. And as I came in the door, somebody said, hey. But it was to my left and up above me. Yeah. And I turned around to say hello back, and there wasn't anyone there. And there wasn't a speaker there. And there was nothing. And I said, well, hi. Who are you? I'm here for this event. It was my first time there. This is my first time here.
Yeah.
And I didn't get an answer. And then I said, I don't know anyone yet. I just walked in the door and this room was so beautiful I had to come and look at it. And then I don't know what it was gobbledygook, but I could hear them again. It was the same voice. So
speaking about the Thomas House, my very first time there, every time I used the restroom in my room, the lights would get turned off on me in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. I hate that. I've been places that they thought that was going to be funny, and it was not.
Oh, my gosh.
It wasn't funny to me.
Yeah, not funny.
And I hate when I'm in a location that I'm not familiar with, and they do start messing with lights. Because I'm like, I could just fall right down. Quit doing that. So, and have you ever investigated a castle of any type yet?
Just that one in Atlanta, Georgia, you know which one I'm talking about. Let me think of the name of it. Yes.
Rhodes Hall.
Rhodes Hall, yes.
That is awesome.
The inside of that, the architecture, I just love it.
I do too.
Other than that, I haven't, but I really would like to go to like Scotland or Ireland
Oh,
or
please. Our friend and the friend of the network and my ghost hunting buddy, Rick McCollum, is actually in Scotland as we speak. And he
oh,
was
jelly.
yes, he is actually going to he's going to be investigating the Hellfire Caves and Lake Castle in Ireland, and he flew into Edinburgh. So because he
Yeah.
was in Edinburgh touring around this afternoon.
Awesome, awesome. I'll tell you. I've got my passport. I just got to pencil it in.
And Daniel says his wife is from Scotland, and yes, she is, and she is a lovely woman. And definitely a strong woman because she loves him. So it's a good thing. But, you know, I am absolutely jelly myself
Yes.
because I would love to be going on the adventures that he's going to have. Too cool.
There's a few places that I'm going to make my way to, and I want to go to the catacombs and run under Paris. And
Do you know I've been told they're not haunted?
yeah, but you know, even
They'd almost
if
have to be.
you would think so, and even if it's not, it would be just something to go and see.
I think so too, because where else are you going to see that?
Right. So I would like to go there. And not to mention, I'd like to go to Paris. Well, during the fashion show weeks. That would be so thrilling for
That's
me.
because you're a designer.
Yes. And another place, I would like to visit the Dracula Castle. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I saw some photographs from the inside of that place. Oh, just fantastic.
I've never seen
Yes.
photos of the inside.
Oh my goodness. They are amazing.
Well, but I mean, you're crazy enough that you want to go to the Japanese suicide forest.
You know, I do. I absolutely want to go there because to me, that place has got to be haunted beyond belief, you know?
I do.
And yes, I really, really would love to go there. And, you know, that's some place I probably could get Vincent to go to with me because certainly I wouldn't want to go alone. But because some of his heritage is Japanese, you know, so.
I could definitely see him doing that.
But I think if any creepy things start happening, he is so skittish, you know. So
You'd be on your own anyway.
yeah, he'd leave me in the dust.
But he would think fondly of you.
Right, right. And the interesting thing about that place is situated in such a way with the land where your compasses and stuff do not work in the forest, and they warn you about going in without a guide, and the guides will only take you so far. So, you know, people have done things like tied strings to tree branches only to have the strings disappear, and there's been people who actually got lost and never came out of the forest.
Well, that's where I want to go. Not.
I would probably not venture further than the guide would take me, you know, just to stay on the safe side of everything.
Yeah, no. I don't even want to go close to things like that. That's so freaky.
But I
So,
can only imagine. I can only imagine how haunted it must be, you know?
well, yeah. I mean, I wonder what geographical or geological forces are in play that create an environment that leads to what happens. I wonder if there have been
Yeah.
any geological studies done in that area, because there has to be something, because, you know, we are simply biological matter. And if
Yeah.
there's
And
something that can pull or draw on us, it can affect that. It doesn't have to be, you know, whispers in your ear that are like spirits. It could be. But I would just like to know.
yeah, and they say that over 100 people kill themselves in that forest every year.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my, that's got to be so haunted.
Well, you know, you have to kind of think that even if there was some sort of geographical anomaly that started this, that the residual energy, if nothing else, of the people who have taken their own lives in there
Hmm.
would be intense too, which would cause other people to react, which would cause
And yet,
other people to react. So
sure.
you have a chain of events that is just not a
I
good
mean,
thing.
and you really don't know if there's something within that draws people that are in that mindset. I mean, you never know.
Well, or if people, yeah, you don't know if it draws people that are in that mindset, or if people, because I'm sure there are people like us who would go there to investigate. Do
Yeah.
the people go there to investigate and then become touched by the environmental factors that cause their body and their mind to hit a switch to say, well, I'm not going to just investigate, I'm going to become part of the subject matter, right?
Right,
I
right.
mean, it's such a weird thing that is such a well-known place for that.
Well, Daniel has a question in chat, and he says, my first question is, how do they know it was 100 people?
I would guess the
Well,
number of bodies found.
that's exactly right. And deeper into the forest where people don't venture, there might be more. Who knows?
Yeah, because if it is a forest, I'm sure that if somebody goes missing and that's a known location for that, because he said who did the counting, I would guess authorities who
Yeah,
went
and
in looking for missing people.
yes, they do that, and they'll go and um take people through there, and they'll come across skeletons.
Right? And Daniel says, okay, but if they found the bodies, how did they get out and not die themselves? I'm sure they were search parties, not individuals.
Yes, yeah.
So, because they know not to go in there alone.
Right.
Mallard says, not me. I don't, me either, Jim. Me either.
Well, I would like to just go check it out as far as the guide would take me in, and just see if there's any kind of experience or change or anything like that.
I would, I would want to, I would not want to do it, but I would go with you because Vincent's not going to go inside the forest. But,
he'll,
you
he'll be
know,
waiting on the
he'll be
outside.
waiting on you to come back. And, but, you know, I would possibly do a guided tour there,
Yeah.
but I would not do a solo entrance.
I don't think I would want to go alone, but I mean those are places on the old bucket list there, and I think they're fascinating places.
You know what? We have completely blown right through our